619-3000 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
You ever notice how the other guys scream about massive discounts on their Dodge, Chrysler, or Jeep Ram vehicles? Then you get to the fine print and boom, another $5,200 in mandatory ads. At Hoblet, we don't insult your intelligence. The price you see is the price you pay. No mystery add-ons, no bait and switch, no gotcha when you sit down to buy. Hoblet, family owned for 77 years. Transparency, straightforward pricing. Buy it right, buy it at Hoblet.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys.
Happy unofficial first day of the unofficial trade season. Drive Guys here. Before we get into that, Kayla, our sympathies to you after what happened to your Titans yesterday.
Well, let's just make this clear. It wasn't a bad day overall because I am a Seahawks fan.
Wow.
So we did escape
you were a little nervous
Old Man
yesterday.
Rivers.
Yeah.
We did. I was yelling and screaming at Sam Darnold a lot of the time. But, yes, it was a not surprising loss by the Titans, although it was fun to see Cam Ward throw to defensive star Jeffrey Simmons for a touchdown. I always like big men touchdowns, so that was great. But the Niners looked pretty good yesterday.
The Titans were a little pesky. I may have overstated the degree to which they posed a threat yesterday. I know you and Jay kind of disagree with me, but they were pesky yesterday.
They got some more, I would call it more garbage time, than anything. But at times they made it look like they could be in it. Mm-hmm. But that's what the Titans did.
Yeah. Jay, were you surprised at the way Phillip Rivers played and almost led his team to victory?
No, because he didn't play that well. He pretty much hit what I said he was, about $150, $158. Mm-hmm. Couldn't throw the ball past 20 yards for the most part. Arm looked like, 44-year-old who hadn't played for a while.
Threw a touchdown pass.
He did. He threw it for about 8 yards, and the receiver did the rest.
Yeah.
But no, he was all Hall of Famer. It's not like he, somebody fresh. Well, he is somebody fresh off the couch, but not like he ain't never threw a football before.
That was pretty amazing. I was enjoying the end of that game, and we were behind him. Nothing against your
None
Seahawks.
taken. A lot of people
were behind the coach.
From that too.
A lot of people were excited about it. My biggest thing was this visually, was I seeing a belly or was I seeing 5 things of pads on him? I could not quite figure out. I'm assuming it was pads.
Oh, that's the rib protection
extra
and
pads,
flat
though,
jacket. Plus.
Yeah, he had plus, I think
that's a league rule. If you're over 40, you got to wear a double
it
black
up.
jacket.
Yeah, because I was like, it could be a gut, too. You never know. Mm-hmm. He did admit he didn't even know his weight. So, but in all seriousness, it was kind of cool to see him come back. And he was, crap talking like he usually does. Back to you take a cutaway and he's running his mouth. Mm-hmm. And that's what he does.
Yeah. Needed the win. The win would have got the Disney movie.
Yep.
Yeah, it would have.
Yep. Of course, if they won this week. But I don't think so, Jay. Hold on now. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
But I loved his message. I hope the guys that I'm, my family and the guys that I'm coaching just look at me and say, hey, Coach wasn't scared. That's a great message.
It's a very good message.
Anybody can do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I think they believe in him enough to have him, sign him, not only just sign him, but elevate him, get him out there. That's how much they believed like he could at least manage the game. And again, he did, and that was in Seattle. Let's not forget that was up there where it is difficult to play. I think that's gone down a little bit.
True that they just pipe in illegal crowd noise, recorded crowd noise.
I don't believe that because I've been there, and it's the stadium's built so that it holds in the noise.
She pretty much confessed, Jay. I mean, that's what I heard.
So I don't think they pipe it in. But I'm not going to say I'm 100% sure on that because there's always a 1% chance.
You know where else, seriously, they've been accused of doing that is where the 49ers are playing this week. Lucas Oil. I know in the past.
They do.
Yeah.
Actually, I know they do
Oh,
because
really?
I've been up there several times to cover Titans and Colts. And we had a whole thing on that one show on the radio. And that is something they do. They do pipe in some music.
Interesting. Oh, the Seahawks would never do that, but the Colts do.
Well, it's
Okay.
indoors,
I
too,
know,
you know.
I know.
At Lucas Oil.
I don't know about you, but confession. I got another confession to make.
Or, these are my confessions.
Yes. I did not watch the beginning of the Kings game because I was watching Phillip Rivers.
Okay, I'll make my confession, too. I didn't watch the first 8 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then
however long it took,
I got it on the phone and I was kind of multitasking.
Yeah, that's just kind of where it is right now.
Yeah.
Even the, and I don't mean to, bring everybody down because we all know where this thing is, but I was thinking of this morning because in the past, if I didn't go to the game and I hadn't seen it the night before, the day after a game, I would really want to know what did the coach say, whether it was Coach Brown, Coach Christie, what did the coach say about the game? And now I realize, he there's nothing he can say anyway, and he's saying pretty much the same things.
Yeah.
And there's not like we're really, hanging on what adjustments are they going to make to win more games. So that's just kind of where it is right now.
It's hard, though, right?
Yeah.
Because you have 20 losses on the season now. So 26 games in, 6 wins, 20 losses. And you're right. What do you do at this point where we've hit this trade date that we've been waiting for? There's probably going to be moves, but the team is what it is. And I don't like to say that much. It is what it is. But really, that's what we're working with here, folks. And even last night, you saw some of these younger players, they continue to play. Last night wasn't the greatest night for some of these young guys anyway. And they're going to have nights like that where even when we see them getting minutes, it's not necessarily great basketball.
Right. I will say this for the Kings. I thought in the first half, and I think especially the first quarter, the Kings played with so much energy on defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, DeMar DeRozan with steals and blocks, literally, had one of each, I think.
Yeah.
They were digging after the ball. Hands were active. I think the Timberwolves were like, you guys don't do that. I think they really were a little taken aback. It was startling to see how much energy and effort the Kings were bringing to the defensive end last night.
And it's a bummer because I get at times they are getting Doug's message, and I think they understand what Doug is trying to preach. But the point is there's just not the right pieces to be able to do that from start to finish or from game to game. And so we do see glimpses of what it could be eventually if they can actually play the entire game like that or close to like that. But it just disappears. And we're talking about the second half, and then things fall apart in the fourth quarter where they don't score much.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the same song and dance every time, but just in a different way.
Yeah. Magic Johnson used to call the fourth quarter winning time.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kings have a bad habit of starting to unravel in the fourth quarter. It happens once. What's wrong with us? Happens twice. Bad luck. Happens 3 or 4 times. We're not that good. That's just the reality of it.
It is. And, someone brought up in the chat, Joe did, and you're exactly right, Joe. Sorry, it was not Joe. It was Amadoc. It was no Edwards or Rudy Gobert in that one because Gobert had like some personal things that happened.
Yeah.
And he just left the game.
I'm out.
Yeah, and then obviously no Ant for the game. So
you mentioned Joe. Joe, by the way, wanted to ask you, why did the Titans get rid of Henry and Brown?
Yeah. You know what, Joe? That was a whole topic for about a year on my old
And
station,
he thinks you're
but
a Titans
you're right.
fan, but you covered the Titans.
Yeah, I covered the Titans. So I'm not a Titans fan, but I do root for the team when they don't play the Seahawks. So, But yeah, that's a great question. A lot of people wondered that.
Right.
Henry didn't want to stay though. I think he wanted to go chase a Super Bowl ring, which, props to him because he deserved it.
As of for the unofficial trade season, there's all this talk, and this deadline has been talked about a lot because let's face it, and we do it too. There's just so many people now that have you have to feed the beast when it comes to content. So everybody who has a blog or writes a piece for whatever site, it's like, well, here's the next thing coming, and here's why you should watch for it, and here's why you need to read what I'm telling you right now before that happens. But as Scott Perry told us last week, it doesn't mean that, it's a stroke of midnight on December 15th, bloom, there's going to be all these trades that happen.
Right. It's different. It is so different in the NBA versus NFL, let's just say, head-to-head in terms of how much stuff happens on that actual day. Because usually in the NFL, too, you hear about it days prior. In the NBA, it's kind of more of a slow burn, because there's not as many players. The moves just come a little bit more quietly, but when they come, they're huge.
Yes, but
usually.
even this year in free agency, and a lot of it's because of the second apron, the third apron,
Yeah.
there wasn't that much that happened during free agency in the summer when,
That's
again,
true.
Yeah, all the people, all of us that have to feed the beast, like, look what's going to happen. This is going to be tremendous. I will. This is going to be
That's
the deadline ever.
a good voice impression there.
I appreciate that. I will say this. This is true, and I think Mark Stein pointed this out, Alan Stiles, Keith Smith. So if your name starts with an S, you're obligated to have pointed this out. Any player traded today or tomorrow can be reaggregated in a trade at the deadline on February 5th.
Okay, and we all are familiar with the situation here, obviously.
Yeah.
Because that happened, and with Dennis Schroeder. So that's interesting because that could benefit the Sacramento Kings if there is somebody that they're going to go get and then they could re-aggravate them.
Right. That doesn't mean, I guess if you wanted someone so you could trade them again later, then all of a sudden, the other team has you over a barrel because they know that then, all right, you're motivated to make the deal. So I don't know if anything's going to happen, but that is true. Anybody traded today or tomorrow can then be re-aggregated. I know we've been talking a lot about maybe DeMar goes to the Clippers and maybe the forward from John Collins, maybe he comes here, and I've been saying, I would get him because I would want to spin him off.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll happen, but that's the fact of the matter.
I mean, I'm down for it. Let's just make something happen so we can, get this process going. Because I think that's the toughest part for fans and for media here that covered the team. It's like you're just sitting here waiting, watching the same thing, and it's until the first piece is moved, there's not much else to report.
I think the toughest thing, in addition to that, especially in the NBA, is that so many trades now are about things that we don't even know about, and you have to study to learn about. Why would they trade this guy for that guy? Well, expiring contract, or the third apron, or they're close to the tax line, and it's like, I got a job.
I'm an attorney too now?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I have time to figure all that out? Can someone explain it to me?
Yeah.
So it's really difficult sometimes to understand.
It is. There's so many more little details that go into it, like you said, behind the scenes. And I guess from the business perspective and everything, the contracts and all of that, it isn't as simple as, hey, we want to trade this guy and, we want to bring in this guy. Or we want these draft picks and you get that. No, there are so many more little details.
Yeah, and I get it. We're all fans. Zach LaVine, get 2 number ones for
I
him,
know.
2 first-round picks. No.
That's
What's it going to be?
big old contract.
It's got a big contract, so you might have to get an expiring take on a bad contract and then get the other team to take your bad contract by including some seconds, and then that's going to free up some cap space come the summer when right now you're up against the second apron and it's like, whoa, I got an ice cream headache.
This is why I could not get an A in math class or, I was always having to get tutored to get an A in math because it's just too many numbers and things.
And that's the way it is. And there's a lot of people, like I mentioned, Keith Smith, and he's very good at explaining all that. But I fear that for some Kings fans, it's going to be frustrating if player A, whoever that is, we all know the guys that might get traded, if he goes out and you bring someone in that people go, why do you want him?
Right.
And it's going to be, because of all the other financial reasons. And that's just harder for a fan when you're watching your team, they're already not playing well, and then the American trades that don't help you on the floor. I know we have sophisticated fans who understand that, but still, on that gut level, it's frustrating.
Well, yeah, because there's already enough complications with everything that's going on. Like, we just need things a little more simplified at this point.
It would be nice,
It would
right?
be nice, yeah.
We traded player A, we got player B. Player B's better. We won the trade.
We won a trade.
Right.
It's that easy.
It doesn't happen that way anymore.
Nope. And it probably is going to take a minute, and there's going to be there might be some frustrating moves even where, like you said, you're questioning, well, what the heck is this? It might not be the end product, or maybe it's something they had to do to get rid of that guy. So there's going to be moments of frustration for sure with this.
It's interesting. There seems to be kind of a thread here in the social media, which doesn't mean it's accurate, but there's kind of the drumbeat getting louder and louder on Dennis Schroeder and maybe the Pistons wanting him back.
That's crazy to me, by the way. Like, I know some people get back together when they separate or when they get a divorce or whatever, break up. But it's kind of a rarity, right? It doesn't usually happen. With like a guy like Dennis Schroeder that was there, they had him, and then they want to get rid of him, and now you fall back at like where did that turn?
Well, it could be one of those things. I think Aroldis Chapman's the best example where
my
team,
goodness.
the Yankees will trade him because he's going to be a free agent. And then they get some for him. Then they just re-sign him as a free agent.
Yep.
Welcome back. Mm-hmm. And you win both ways.
It's always awkward, though, I would think.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Although they didn't trade Schroeder. Well, they got it. They did. They got I think, a trade exception.
Okay.
So it could be something.
Yeah. And maybe the piece just fits better now that, they've got other things worked out. And I don't know if I fully believe that, but I'm sure Sacramento fans would be okay with him probably parting ways.
But that's the point, too, is that these things sometimes you have to sit there and try to figure out, okay, why would they do that?
Yeah.
By the way, Schroeder last night. Jay, Schroeder back on the floor. Played pretty well last night. 5 of 11, 3 of 5 from 3, 17 points. Let's go.
They're showing why he could be on the move.
Yeah.
Showcasing
According
himself?
to most people. Yeah, absolutely. And you never know. We haven't heard from Dennis in a while as far as how he's feeling, but he's back. You see a lot of people out there with the tin hat on talking about conspiracy theory. He came back the day before he's eligible to be traded and all that good jazz. So we'll see how it plays out. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised to see anybody on the move besides probably Keegan Murray, Neek, and Max. Mm-hmm. Everybody else I could honestly be open.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Right. That would be fun, assuming that you get a good return if a lot of things happen, but I don't know. We'll see. Kings fans, meanwhile, have found, as you know if you're a Kings fan, a new thing to be unhappy, if not miserable about, and that's that you've got Mike Brown coaching against De'Aaron Fox in the NBA Cup final.
Before you go, can I say something, Kayla?
Please.
Because I know
for it,
you're not
Jay.
attached to Mike Brown and De'Aaron.
No, go for
Fox,
it.
like a lot of these folks in the kingdom are. It is absolutely stupid that we care that much about the Knicks and the Spurs being in a cup that no one cares about. So all of a sudden, because Mike Brown is coaching, which we already knew is a championship contending team in the form of the New York Knicks, it's championship or bust for them. He walked into a great situation. Have you looked at the roster? Have you
Pretty
looked
good
at
team, Jay.
Have you talked about the person that's probably the leading MVP of the league? And we have some people around here who are throwing their hands in the air like, oh, look at Mike Brown. Mike Brown's a good coach. We know that. He wasn't a poor coach here. Just didn't work. The other part about it is it's like this. You know what it is, Kayla and Whitey?
Tell us.
You're in a relationship, and you just talked about it, Whitey. You're in a relationship, and then you break up. And then you have somebody new, and you don't like them. And you're like, man, remorse. You're having remorse about 2 or 3 other girlfriends. That's 3 girlfriend in my case, but 2 or 3 significant others that's back. You've moved on. You're like 3 significant others forward now. Why are we talking about that?
Carmichael Dave one day ago on X. Mike Brown versus De'Aaron Fox in the Cup Finals brought to you by Kill Me Now. 56 retweets, 656 likes, 23,000.
You know what
views.
that is?
What an aggregator.
That's I was just getting. You hit it on the head.
Right?
You hit it on the head.
He's the A word.
Really?
An aggravator.
Well, an
what we
aggravator,
call it.
not an aggregate. Okay.
Aggregator.
A lot of
aggravator.
it
too.
speaks to a lot of people.
Well, clearly, you just read the numbers, right?
Move on.
Yeah,
on.
I never quite understand that. Even though maybe teams I root for in the past, I get a quick, instant feeling when a player kind of does better in another place, but you get over that real quick.
Yeah.
I feel like it's hard though here for fans to get over something like that. First of all, it keeps happening, and it's happening right now though, unfortunately, while you're down and out and you're being kicked while you're on the ground. So it's hard because it's like you don't have a lot like to be happy about right now. These other guys and coaches and players they're going and they're at the Cup championship, and then you're like, well, who are we trading so we can get things moving here? I get it a little bit, but it's not going to help you to dwell.
I'm
Gotta
with
move
you.
on.
I understand the frustration, but to Jay's point, did we really need to see Mike Brown's team and De'Aaron Fox's team advance to the Cup Finals to realize, wow, this team has been mismanaged over the last few years. It's a trade deadline. You have lots of players that you're paying tens of millions of dollars to. You want to get rid of them, and nobody wants them. That's all I need to know. To know that, this team has been kind of mismanaged over the last 2 years.
Exactly.
Nobody wants the players that you're paying all this money to that you're trying to get rid of. There's a clue right there that, some of the decisions haven't worked out. I don't need Mike Brown coaching against De'Aaron Fox in the Cup Finals to tell me that.
You don't. So he tweeted that out. Carmichael Dave tweeted that out yesterday.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing, though, because
he's
he's getting fans to retweet it, and he's getting likes.
Man, that wasn't hard. We all could have did that. That normally, and this is the great thing about it, is CD does a great job in matriculation. He does a great job. He has good timing. But on that one, I'm not going to give him a pat on the back because I've seen thousands of people do just what he just did. Just tweet off something that was the common thing. It was unforgettable that Mike Brown's been the coach here, and unforgettable that De'Aaron Fox was here for a long time.
There's also this. We have friend of the show, Mark J. Spears. He was the guy that I think broke the DeMar DeRozan coming to Sacramento story. Anscape, he writes today about De'Aaron Fox, and a lot of the piece on De'Aaron Fox is talking about De'Aaron Fox's time here. And so, taking out butter knife and twisting it a little bit. And De'Aaron answers and talks about, I don't pay much attention to them anymore. It went wrong in the summer of 2024. So for Kings fans, and this I think was just posted today, there's probably a lot of fans that haven't seen it yet, but it doesn't make it any easier to go, I wish them all luck when you've got De'Aaron Fox. And he answers this because he's asked at a national publication, what went wrong in Sacramento?
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's the bringing it up again from that actual player or coach or whatever it might be. That's the thing that's like, okay, I just got over that. I'm not thinking about you anymore. And then they go on and it's publicized. And of course it's going to get like around here because it has Kings in the title or,
right.
People are going to read it. They're going to look at the article. So. Yeah.
And one of the really unfortunate things about that piece is that Mark J. Spears mentions that according to a source, he cites a source, there's disconnect between Doug Christie and his coaches and the veterans. Now, that's another one to me. On the one hand, I was like, ooh. On the other hand,
oh boy,
I didn't need you to tell me that. We've been watching the games. You can see it.
So it was
like the obvious.
Yeah. So disconnect between the coaching.
Coach Doug Christie and his staff and the veterans.
And the veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some of the veterans.
I mean, let's just put it out there, folks, for everybody. Disconnect is the word of the year because I swear we use it with a new grouping of people every week.
It is with this team, isn't it?
Learn the word of the year, disconnect.
Yeah. So that's not. I'm not saying, that's nothing, but it's been patently obvious for a few weeks now. Yeah. So to me, it all speaks to this, and here we are stuck in the fog.
Again, maybe that's going to be the whole year. A foreshadowing or whatever they call it.
Luckily, the year's only, 15 more days, whatever it is, 16 more days.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
There's a movie I saw years ago. I think Nicole Kidman's in it. I think it's called The Others. I could be wrong.
Oh, I've seen it.
Okay, is that the one where she's got the kids and she's in the fog? Okay, yeah. And I'm going to, spoiler alert here. And then doesn't her husband at one point walk up and he's like in his daze and turns out they're all dead.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're stuck in like purgatory.
It's a good movie.
Yeah. Sorry about that if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of where I feel like this
is.
whole thing is with the Kings right now. In the fog, and everybody, the veterans, the coaching staff, the young players, ownership, Scott Perry, the fans, we're all just kind of stuck right now waiting for something to happen to clear the fog, help the fog lift a little bit.
That's a great way to look at it. I mean, we need a meteorologist in here ASAP so we can know when the fog's lifting because they should know that. They get paid a lot of money. So maybe we can have somebody come in here and tell us because the fog doesn't seem like it's lifting anytime soon.
No.
So at least a portion of the fog when we get a player that is traded out.
Right. And
one of these veterans.
Yeah, Thule fog in December is not unusual, but this many days in a row, Jay, do you remember a stretch like this in December? I don't remember a stretch of this many days in a row.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I just can't remember it because it's been some of the common theme as a Kings fan.
Yeah. No, but I mean literally just the fog.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Not metaphorically speaking.
Yeah,
here.
I mean,
yeah.
Put on your
meteorologist hat.
No, I don't remember this.
I think this is
This
wild.
is crazy, man.
Like,
we're days in.
It's very seasonal and it's great sleeping weather.
I guess.
Well, that's because you got that brand new heater over there.
If you can sleep.
You know what I mean?
Man, some of us aren't sleeping.
Yeah.
It just makes it worse.
Yeah, we just need something to break here.
Yeah.
Maybe today or tomorrow we'll get a trade or two, and maybe that fog will start to lift, and then we can see where is this going.
You know what's
again?
interesting is this past week there were a couple of days where it was sunny in the Bay Area.
I know.
Like the
I
sun
heard.
had broke out.
Mm-hmm.
And, my wife, she works in the Bay Area, come back, and she's like, yo, some of my clients are like, it's sunny here. I'm like, it ain't sunny in the Bay.
Proof.
Show it to
Yeah.
me. So boom, shows it to me on social network or whatever. Saturday, I go out towards Tracy, Livermore. So I come over that big hill right there, heading into Livermore. And sure enough, it was foggy at the top. Then I go down to Livermore, and it's sunny. I could feel the rays hitting my skin.
Well, it was even foggy yesterday at Levi Stadium.
It was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw those pictures of pregame.
Yeah.
So
It's real out in these streets.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of the 49ers, the 25 49ers, the real secret of their success when we come back to Sactown Sports.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda Days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's holiday food drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
So Pure Talk just had their best year ever and asked me if I'd like to thank their customers on their behalf for being so awesome. I said sure. It's important to say thanks, especially this time of year, which is why, as one of their many satisfied customers, I should probably thank Pure Talk first for keeping their customer service in this country and for providing hundreds of American jobs. I appreciate that. I also appreciate their Roundup program, which makes it easy to support America's Warrior Partnership and join the fight against veteran suicide. And I love that Pure Talk donated 1,000 hand-sewn Made-in-America flags to veterans around Independence Day. And of course, I really appreciate their generous support of my own foundation, MicroWorks, and their commitment to help us train the next generation of skilled workers. Having said all that, it's now my pleasure, on behalf of everyone at Pure Talk, to thank you sincerely for choosing to do business with an American wireless company that actually stands for something. And one more thing. Merry Christmas.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit KHTK.com.
Now is the time before winter is full on in your kitchen to make sure your heat or your furnace is ready. How do you do that? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating will get the job done for you like they did for me last winter when our system crashed and burned in the dead of winter. Check them out, leesair.com. Right now, get $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating does it all, and they've been doing it at a high level for 40 years. See how they can help you stay warm and cozy all winter at leesair.com. That's Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, license number 635355.
When a person is seriously injured, there's no substitute for the personal legal relationship offered by the local NorCal firm of Ashton and Price. From the first attorney meeting, every important decision is made with a direct consultation with, and I can't believe I have to say this, a real, live, experienced, flesh and blood local attorney. It's called Home Court Advantage for a reason. Ashton and Price, serious local attorneys for serious people with serious injuries with no fee until we win. For the best local advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Hey, I didn't realize we had people waiting to talk to us here. We'll get to the phones. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Then we'll get to the secret of the 49ers' success. Man,
there we go. I like it. I'm
10
interested.
10 wins. They're with 6th in the conference and 3rd in their
Not
own
bad.
division.
Not bad.
You'd think with 10-4, you'd be a little loftier, in the standings, maybe.
They're still just holding it against them, these injuries, even though they're playing through all of it.
How are they doing it? We'll look at that in just a moment. First, Dwayne has been hanging on. Hey, Dwayne, you're on Sactown Sports. What can we do for you?
Hey, what's up with the homies?
Say hi to Kayla, would you?
Hey, I appreciate you guys taking my call, man.
Yeah.
Alan and Kyle, they put me on a timeout, bro.
What happened?
I don't know what happened. I don't even know what I said, bro. I'm serious, man. I ain't do nothing, man. I'm on definitely timeout, bro, with those guys. But just a couple of things. The first one is this team don't play 4 quarters.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's the bottom line. They don't play 4 quarters. As soon as the other team starts playing, turns on the light switch, bro, it's a wrap. And that's too easy, bro. It's not supposed to be like that. We got no resistance as far as defense. And 2, Scott Perry, bro. Like, he lost me when he brought Westbrook and Schroeder in, more guards, but he really lost me when he's talking about 3 to 5 years. This fan base can't have that, bro. And I don't even think that's the truth. I think he's ear hustling. I think what you got to do is just make a couple trades to balance out the roster first, and that's a good start, and you'll have a better chance to win games. Not no 3 to 5 years. So let me know what you guys think, man.
All right, thank you, Dwayne.
Thank
I will
you.
say this in all fairness to Scott Perry. Yeah, I know the acquisitions of the point guards looks a little, we'll see what they do with them. I'll reserve judgment until I see, where does that go? And then as far as the 3 to 5 years, he hadn't actually said that.
Right. That was where I think there was some gray area.
Yeah. What he
Sam,
told us was, I'm not putting a timeline on it. But let's be honest, this probably is going to take about that long. If you're going to do it, and at this point I think they should do it, that's probably about how long it's going to take. Hopefully closer to 3 than 5.
Yeah. I think that the 5 is on the longer end. So, again, you can't really put a number on it because it could take you 2 years. It's just like...
Oh, you're an optimist.
I always am an optimist, and sometimes it comes back to bite me. But I feel like that's what we're going to have to figure out, what Scott Perry really is in terms of a GM and all his connections that we talk about him having and his respect around the league. Okay, yeah, now it is time to go and show it. And so I get it. You put the pause on things, but I don't think he's saying for sure 3 to 5 years. I don't think he even knows right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I understand your frustration, Wayne. JR is with us on Sactown Sports. Hello, JR.
What's up? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
How you doing?
Yeah, how are you doing? Yeah.
Kayla, you're still hanging around?
You know,
you're awesome.
Thank you. I am. These guys are so great. I thought, why not come in this week too?
Oh, you raised the bar in this. Well, I was going to say this show, but actually this whole friggin' station by quite a bit. So I am very glad that you're here. I mean, look at Whitey. He and I, served time in the Civil War together, for God's sake.
We did.
And look at you bringing a young new face. Of course, Jay is my Niners fan, so we're all good with him. Yeah. You're easy on the eyes. I'm just going to say that, too. I'll leave it at that. So that's
thanks.
very nice to have you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I thought he was talking to me, but
And
okay. Yeah.
You too, Whitey.
Yeah, easy there, creature features.
Yeah.
So, disconnected, great word. Just so you know, I mean, the last few years we had discombobulated. That was last year.
That's right.
And then Whitey will tell you about the famous flabbergasting year.
That's right.
What?
Who was our coach?
George Carl. George Carl.
This is a flabbergasting year. It was classic.
Oh, so you really have had words every year to represent.
Every year, yeah. There's and so well done. You've established the word to continue the season, and the secret to the Niners' success, my good friend, is Ray Wersching. It still is. His legendary kicking is carrying this 2025 team.
His impact is still felt. I don't think there's any doubt of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at. That was a reach. I'm sorry. I'm flaming out. Bye-bye.
See ya.
The washing machine.
I do remember that, it was George Carl, his 1 year here, and at one point he was talking about something with the team, and I don't remember if it was the way the defense broke down or the way things would go well and then they would go sideways, but he said, it is, and he said it, just drew it out, it is flabbergasting.
That to come out of we don't use that word a lot at all,
no.
But to have that come out of a coach's mouth is even funnier.
It was accurate, but it was also kind of like you say,
what?
When you make a funny noise and your dog goes,
yeah, exactly. The face.
Right now it's time for Check It with TC. Wonder if TC has anything nice to say about Shanahan. How are you, TC?
Mic check.
Mic check, mic check. Hey, look. Hey, check it out. I'm going all Kings, right? So when I come Kings, I'm not coming. Listen, I'm not coming no Niners. I'm coming all Kings because I told y'all we're gonna talk about that at the end of the season. Brock doing what he's doing. If he's healthy, he healthy. Stand on what your head coach said before. We got the real deal. Well, real deal, get it done. The Super Bowl's in our backyard, so we should be hosting it. Not only hosting it, we should be winning it. So we'll talk about that later, bro, right? We ain't going to keep talking. Y'all know how I feel about Kyle.
Yep.
We're talking about the team. Scott, I love you, Scott, but listen, I don't want to fall victim with you, Scott, and I don't want to start thinking about you like Monty McNair, sitting on his hands and not doing no moves. When you got articles coming out about the veterans, let alone you probably already talked to the veterans and they let you know how they feel. When they start coming out talking about disconnect with the coaching staff and all that, you move these cats. I don't care about the value. That's just low-hanging fruit, right? That's low-hanging fruit when people talk about, oh, we got to give value back, or TC, wait, you can't move play. That's just talk. If you pick up the phone and say, listen, bro, we're going to move so-and-so for so-and-so, and we might attack something just to get him off. I know you don't want to do that. But in a situation like this, if you got to attach a 20, 30-second round pick to Zach LaVine to move him, you do that because at the end of the day, it's better for your mentals. That's where we at right now. Getting players out of here for your mental state. And then you worry about building a team. Keeping these dudes around is not good for anybody's mental. We've been knowing about this all season, right? Look how we doom and gloom every day. It wouldn't be like that when you move the guys because now we got something looking forward to. We got some players back in the trade or we got some picks to look forward to if that's where we going. But keeping these dudes around talking about we trying to wait for the right value and we don't want to attack the 20, 32 second round pick is nonsense to me, bro. I'm out, man.
Thank you, TC. Here's what TC was alluding to. This was in the Anscape piece by Mark Spears about De'Aaron Fox and what he thinks when he looks back on his time here. Quote, the Kings are struggling with the likes of Murray and veterans Domantas Sabonis, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Russell Westbrook on the roster. Sources told Anscape that there is a disconnect between some veteran Kings players and Christie and his coaching staff. Again, I think anybody who's watched that could see that. Mm-hmm. Who's the source could be probably more likely to be somebody with the players than with the team, an
or
agent
player's
or
agent. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
I mean, the team's not going to come out and say, yeah, there's a disconnect there. So again, that would speak to how desperately some of these players would love to get out.
Yeah. I
want to move on.
I think for the most part, not hearing a lot to this point, I am actually surprised we haven't heard this sooner, but we've gotten to the point that especially with the trade deadline or the trade date here, now we're going to hear this stuff. We're going to hear this stuff up until February. It's probably going to get worse.
Yeah.
And, some of these guys, I'm sure they're unhappy because they're not winning. And they probably see the team and look at what they do night after night. And even if they're playing a lot of minutes, that doesn't mean they're happy.
Yeah. And like I said, you're in the fog with Nicole Kidman. You're you're in purgatory.
You're in the others.
And if you're DeMar DeRozan, it's like, that's not what I signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get something done before I'm done. Before I'm finished, that is. So it's interesting to the point that TC made. Jay and I went back and forth Friday about, hey, if you have to attach assets to get somebody to take, say, Zach LaVine, should you do it? And I was like, I wouldn't do it. And Jay was like, yeah, you may have to. And we had Jerry Reynolds on it. Jerry Reynolds said, yeah, if it's like a second-round pick, some second-round picks, he said I would do it. So maybe that's the path forward.
Yeah.
That's what TC suggested
is saying.
as well.
Because it does kind of seem like a lot of people are looking at LaVine specifically, and there's other veterans too that need to be moved. But LaVine with the heavy contract, he just seems to be the most out there in terms of not fitting anything. And just, I don't want to pin it all on him by any means. That's not what I'm trying to do. But it does seem like people think when he's moved, maybe things open up a little for other things to happen.
It's a conundrum in this sense, too. He's got the biggest number hanging over him and the team that might pick him up next year. But also, of all the Kings guys that we think they would like to move, he's the one that potentially could actually help a team the most. Putting cost aside.
I know, because I know it's been inconsistent this year with his shooting, but he is a talented pure shooter, and I do feel like that could help someone who it's the right place for him.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't feel like this was ever the right fit, and you're exactly right. It's not like he's a trash player. I just think he needs to be in the right spot, and that's not here.
Yeah, and
It's
speaking
not
of the drum getting louder and louder with Schroeder and Detroit, it seems like there's a lot of people that seem to think there may be some there with Zach LaVine in Milwaukee. But that could just be somebody who pointed out, and I know Sam Amick confirmed this, they have checked on him. And maybe it's just a matter of that getting, hey, I heard they checked on him. Oh, they checked on him. Oh, Milwaukee has interest. I hear Milwaukee's talking, and we don't know how much interest there is. Perhaps we'll find out really soon. We'll come back with that look at the secret to the 49ers' success. Oh, and late breaking news, Kyle Draper, top of the hour.
Ooh.
Can it be true? Is he going to talk about the Eagles and the Raiders, Jay?
We're not going to allow him to.
All right, that's all coming up on Sactown Sports.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions. Like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Mike Rowe here with another fun fact. If your concrete is cracked or uneven, you can actually lift it back up. Whether it's a sinking driveway, a patio, or a sidewalk, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to lift your concrete slabs.
Groundworks, official foundation repair company of Cal Athletics. Schedule a free inspection.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details. The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup.
That's what Christmas is all about.
Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition.
Christmas is our day.
With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Carmichael Dave here for American Energy Heating and Air. They're now upgrading what they do to include plumbing. They're bringing that same expertise and experience to the plumbing space. So they're no longer just heat and air. They're now your American Energy home pros. You hear me talk about them all the time as your second opinion partner. Now you can still get second opinions on any HVAC service or replacement. And now you can get a second opinion on any of your plumbing services. They'll come out to your house for free and give you that second opinion. And right now, they got a free furnace special with a full system installation up to $2,500 in rebates. All for a company that's been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A-plus Better Business Bureau. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. Claim your free panel today. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Sacramento, the wait is over. The all-new Hard Rock Sports Bar is here at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. Enjoy the ultimate 24/7 sports watching destination with 20 big screens with all the action for the premier game day experience. There's no other place you'd want to be to watch all the games with you and your friends. Now open at Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Sacramento at Fire Mountain. For more details, visit casino.hardrock.com/Sacramento.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
There must be some kind of way out of here. I guess Jay might be playing that for you.
Oh,
James
I thought you
Marshall
meant the
Hendricks
fog.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
But James Marshall Hendricks, Seattle guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, all of the great legends.
No, not all of them. I mean, I'll give you a lot of them. Not all of them.
I mean, more of that genre.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm that's not really my genre, but I appreciate the music 100%.
Mm-hmm. It just, I understand the enthusiasm. All of the legends are from Seattle. Might have been an overstatement.
Like a lot of that genre, the bands that we talk about that, unfortunately, we've lost some of them too, but you think of like grunge and that's what you think of.
Kurt Cobain and Soundgarden and all that.
I love Soundgarden, by the way.
Yeah, Chris Cornell.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there you go. All right, so that was, I guess, was that for her, Jay?
It's always for Kayla.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, thanks, Jay.
Man, that's what we do, baby.
That's it. Next time we got to get a little E40 on here.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
That's where all the greats are from.
Yeah.
707?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vallejo. You know, real fast, I got we get off the phone, or excuse me, we get off the interview with Stevie Johnson last week. And so maybe like 2 hours goes by, get a call. It's like, hey, yo, Whitey from Vallejo? I'm like, yeah. Nah, Whitey's from Vallejo. Yes, man. I said, so now this week you got to throw up the 707 on Stevie.
Okay.
Because he didn't know. He was like, 707, wait a minute. Is Whitey really from Vallejo or is he just playing around? I said, man, he's a representative.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't know?
Now he knows.
Admiral Callahan, baby. What you?
Yeah, now he knows. Whitey
Black
the
and
original.
Angus, Black Angus right there, you know?
That's right. I was more East Vallejo, but
Yeah,
certainly
I
no
got
stranger
you,
to
I
Admiral
got you.
Callahan Lane.
Absolutely. Come on, brother.
They
I
cut
know
all the
you are.
eucalyptus trees down, though, Jay. It's a shame there.
Come on now.
Yeah. Speaking of Stevie, the 49ers with the win yesterday, and how are the 49ers doing this? Yeah, you know, the offense lately has been coming to life. And Brock looked good yesterday, right? And he was feeling himself a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Brock looked
he
good.
was. Did he try to do the Dougie again? Is that his only dance move? He did like a half Dougie or something.
Yeah, he did.
He needs to learn a little bit more of the dance moves. But, I'll give him credit. He's loosening up a little bit.
Yes. The defense is not very good.
Well, we kind of know why, right?
Sure.
They're missing some pieces.
Mhm.
They dropped, though. I thought they should have had 2 interceptions
At
of Cam
least.
Ward. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a piece here, Mike Sando, friend of the show, in The Athletic. He has his pick 6, and he writes about stuff around the league. He looks at one aspect of the 49ers this year and says this is how they're surprising people. It's because their special teams have been so good.
Mhm.
Obviously, there's more to it than that. But he has this measure that shows how much a team has improved one year to the next in special teams. And it's called EPA, and they actually measure it in points. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it's a way of measuring this. The 49ers special teams this year are, according to this system, 7.1 points better per game than last year.
Mhm.
So a touchdown a game better. That's the highest year-to-year increase by any team since 2000 in special teams.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And that's breaking down, like, credit, because that's a lot to break down, because special teams is clearly we can look at special teams in a lot of different ways, too.
Yeah, and you also benefit when the other team's special teams are not good.
Not as good.
So that factors into it as well, yeah.
But, I mean, I'm not going to not completely buy that. There's definitely a lot to that. And we think about the kicking situation has been good. Thank goodness, because it could have went an opposite direction.
It's been almost, almost storybook.
It really has. Even for the time that Pinheiro was down for that short time, he came back. But in the meantime, they didn't really skip a beat. We've talked about Sky Moore in terms if you want to explain field position and in the punt returning with that. I think Brian Robinson had a good kick return the other day against the Titans. Or had, I think he had 2 returns for like 53 yards or so. But like the little things add up, and just doing your job in terms of a special teams player can help in the long run. You're absolutely right, especially when you have deficiencies other places like the defense. They can mask it in certain games, but they're still down and out a lot of their big time players.
Yeah.
And they don't have that pass rush, that they've had in the past.
Brant Boyer is a special teams coordinator. He was with the Jets 2016 to 2024. So he gets a ton of credit for this. But this piece by Mike Sando, also points out that historically, when a team improves dramatically in one season in special teams, they don't maintain it the next year. It tends just historically to fall off. So he says, there's this is going to normalize a little bit, suggesting that some of what we're seeing this year from the Niners might be a little on the fluky side.
But that's okay, because if they get back some of their defensive
there you go
players, then they can not have to worry as much about little detailed special teams situations holding things together with Scotch tape at this point.
Yeah.
But it is still amazing how this team is functioning, the way they're functioning. I don't care who they play on each Sunday. If it's a crap team, if it's I don't care. They're finding ways to get it done. And I know that's a tiresome sentence sometimes. You hear it a lot, but being around a team that was crappy for so long,
that couldn't find ways
to win, I give a lot of credit to teams that do, because I've seen the polar opposite of it. And there are a lot of times this season that the 49ers could have just been like, we out, and, couldn't find ways to win games. They've never done that.
Yeah, today Matt Barrows was on. I don't know if you heard Matt Barrows on with Carmichael Davis. Carmichael Davis was asking Matt Barrows, look, the 2 quarterbacks this year, Mac Jones and Brock Purdy, they've both been great in different ways, but both highly efficient and effective. Do you give credit to the quarterbacks, or is it the system? That same old kind of a chicken and egg thing. Matt Barrows said, at some point it's got to be the system.
It's the system. It's the system, and I say that with more certainty than not, because there are just really great scenarios out there where the coaches, and you can talk about Shanahan, and you can talk about I'm blanking up in Minnesota.
Kevin O'Connor.
Kevin O'Connor.
Yeah.
Connell, excuse me.
Connell, yeah.
And
I said O'Connor, pardon me.
There are certain systems that are definitely more quarterback friendly, where a quarterback can come in, not be the most talented, gifted guy, and they can make it happen. They can do enough to make things run smooth.
Yeah, and those are basically the same system.
They really are. Yeah. And that's why Sam Darnold, I think, got a second awakening up in Minnesota and looked so good for most of the year, except for the playoffs, because he was in that type of quarterback-friendly system. Now, they got to figure it out right now, and that's why I think Mac Jones goes there. They could have their problem solved for right now. But
yeah. Jay, are you sorry to see the Chiefs dynasty end? I know you're sorry, all kidding aside, to see Mahomes get hurt. But
is there another Jay in here? I was looking behind me to see if there was anyone else. Yeah, man, I'm ecstatic to see the Chiefs not make the playoffs. About time.
Sugarcoating it.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't have came at a better time. It just made the weekend even better. It was the sprinkles and the cherry on top.
Of all the surprises this year, there have been many big surprises and more to come.
Yeah.
How about Kansas City losing twice to the Chargers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now it makes sense in the rear view, but beginning of the year, there's no way you would have thought that.
Well, that's kind of what we've been asking of the Chargers for the longest, it feels like. And, I've consistently talked about someone stepping up and beating the Chiefs when, for the last couple of years, let's just be honest, like regular season, they've been very beatable. Last year, they won, 6 or 7 one-score games?
Yes.
As you talked about not being sustainable.
Yeah.
For the 49ers, you just thought that wouldn't be sustainable for the Chiefs. I'm ecstatic, though. They've gotten their share. They're in. They've got 3. Yeah. It's time to move on. Let's move on and build another, champion. And not next year and maybe not even 2-3 years down the road. It's over for them. I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they've already won.
More and more people are talking about, I think TC mentioned it, hey, 49ers Super Bowl. Are you even allowing yourself to think about that now?
No, because they have the 25th ranked defense.
Yeah.
And you guys are talking about the defense. They are figuring out ways to win. But Tony Pollard, you called it. I think he ran for 98 yards. He was right under 100, if I'm not mistaken. Their defensive line, and they're going to get some people back, and Tatum Bethune's going to come back. And
it's going to be a problem against good teams.
Yeah, and Jay Taylor leads the league in running and rushing. So we'll see how they do it. They probably can keen on stopping him and force Phillip Rivers to beat them. But we'll see how it goes. And the Colts defense is good. It's all about getting into the playoffs, and then we'll see from there.
Yeah.
If they can get hot, a la New York Giants, a la Green Bay Packers, their year with Aaron Rodgers, they have to get hot. No one's expecting them to get to the Super Bowl.
Kayla, you're my witness. Jay mentioned Taylor and how tough a matchup this is for the 49ers before I said anything.
Okay.
Well, I already know you're coming with it.
Before I said
I know you're coming
Jonathan
with it.
Taylor, you
I didn't go anywhere near that. Yeah.
Yep.
Surely not talking about Taylor Swift.
No.
Did you guys see the walkout yesterday? Allegedly, I didn't
go.
No,
was there a big wall?
Allegedly, well, there's always a wall, but she might have shed a tear or two. We got to ask the Taylor Swift fan that the Chiefs season is over with.
Well, if anybody knows, it'll be Kyle Draper.
Here we go.
And he will join us
nice
next
setup.
right here, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What a Maverick do? 'Cause you are a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments. Some restrictions apply.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert, John Party, Chris Young, Turnpike Troubadours, Dylan Scott, and more. Tickets start at only $68. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the live music fan in your life. Country in the Park, May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with the California Office of Traffic Safety and Caltrans, Michelob Ultra, and Bare Bones Workwear. More info at CITPFest.com.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Born in 1892 to a socially prominent family, she was the consummate athlete, proficient in golf, tennis, marksmanship, swimming, and car racing. Many considered her the greatest horsewoman of the century. She was a pioneer in the field of golf course development with 3 world-class courses on her resume: the Women's National Golf and Tennis Club, Cypress Point, and Pasatiempo. Working for SFB Morse of Pebble Beach fame led to her second golf course development which many consider to be the greatest golf course in the world, Cypress Point, where she developed a lifelong friendship and professional relationship with famed architect Alistair McKenzie. Paso Tiempo in Santa Cruz was her third development, where she hosted the likes of Bobby Jones, Will Rogers, Babe Saharias, and more. Today, her place is alongside many others in the World Golf Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Marion Hollins, a visionary golf course architect and pioneer of the game. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
I'm with Vince Bloom, the big deal guy at Folsom Lake Dodge. Vince!
Actually, this time of year, you can call me the Holiday Big Deal Guy.
The Holiday Big Deal Guy!
Because during the wrap-up the year sales event at Folsom Lake Dodge, you can save over $18,000 net savings off MSRP on a new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4.
I'll take it.
And for a stocking stuffer,
keys to a Jeep,
a new 2025 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S. Right now, I've got one for only $36,995.
That's why they call you the Big Deal Guy. So over $18,000 off a Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab
and a Jeep Wrangler Sport for only $36,995. But you'll only find these big holiday deals at one place.
That's right, only one place. At Folsom Lake Dodge in the Folsom Auto Mall.
But online at FolsomLakeDodge.com.
Ram includes 9873 dealer discount plus 8207 in national stackable and holiday bonus cash. Then SN 667196. Jeep includes 4250 dealer discount plus 12750 in bonus national retail loyalty and holiday cash. Must be current owner of SCA vehicle to qualify for loyalty bonus cash. Then SW 543907. See dealer details. Expires 1/2/26.
It's about time they
fixed that pothole.
Invented better windshield wipers.
Made an internet that just works. Fidium Fiber Internet, starting at only $30 a month. It feels like Fidium. Offer available to residential customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See Fidium.com for details.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sactown Sports, 1140. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Drape's going to join us in just a moment here. At least he's scheduled to. Manny Too Legit in the chat says, I was just about to ask, when is Drape showing up? Nice that he still comes by here and there to support the show. Drape's takes. Yeah, that is nice of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you heard Kayla last week. He mentioned our show and he mentioned the interview that we had done with Scott
Yeah, I was
Perry.
watching.
Yeah.
And he gave you a little shout out.
That was nice.
I know.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And so I texted him yesterday, and Jay was in the text chain, and I said, my Eagles look good today. I just had to give him that.
Dang, did they look good against those Raiders?
That was a tough one. And there are some people that are Kings/Raiders fans, and they're having a tough autumn.
I mean, Joe is one of them in the chat. He admitted that he is a Raiders fan. Look, I understand it, though. Like, that's what stinks about fandom sometimes. Sometimes you can pick the best team and you get lucky for a long period of time. I don't usually pick those teams. My teams aren't usually lucky like that. So I feel for you guys that have struggling teams.
Mm-hmm.
You just always have that hope that it'll come back around at some point. I do feel like the Raiders can get to that point. They've got to make some really good draft decisions in the next couple of years. I don't think Pete Carroll's like going to be there long term, but I think there's hope in the future for the Raiders. I really do.
Obviously, it was probably unrealistic to think that Pete Carroll was going to come in and turn this thing around in 1 year. But I wonder if he was able to do some of the things that the Raiders hoped, which is just kind of reestablish, kind of a professionalism. I don't even know if he's been able to do that.
I don't know either, because when you lose, it is tough to, and when you lose at that rate, it's tough to do that. But I'm not going to disagree. Pete Carroll is a special coach, and I've heard that hands-on or straight through players that have said that. So he's probably established something of that.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of special talents, here he is. We welcome back Kyle Draper. How are you, Drapes? You playing golf in this fog?
Well, it's a long story. Do we got time?
Yeah, for you always.
All right, so, we haven't seen sun out here for 3 weeks, something like that. And I said, you know what, today I pulled up the old weather app and I said to myself, where's the warmest place with some sun? And I said, you know what? Camino, California, where Apple Mountain Golf Course is. So I went up there today to go golfing. Got up there, sunny, 64. People were wearing shorts on the golf course. Wow. I'm like, dang, this is awesome. And you know, Whitey, Apple Mountain's a tough course, and so I had a couple of mulligans, but I'm allowed that. So the first hole, I took a breakfast ball, but then I wound up with a bogey. Second hole, I parred the hole. Third hole, I parred the hole. Okay. And so I'm feeling good. Like my irons are working. And then I get a text.
Uh-oh.
I get a text. Dad, can you come get me from school? I'm like, what's going on? My throat hurts. I said, did you go to the nurse first? Because I'm not just going to come. And she went to the nurse, and sure enough, the nurse called me. So I only got 3 holes in. I'm not going to tell you which kid I had to go get. So I golfed 3 holes today in the sun, and it was great. I may go back tomorrow before that rain moves in. So awesome. That's what's going on.
But you made the most of it.
Yeah, he did.
I did. For 3 holes, 45 minutes. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Spent more time in the car than actually golfing, but it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sweating that. I'm not upset about that.
Kids call. You know, you got it.
Hello, is this Sactown Sports Radio? Okay, thank you. I just wanted to call to say hello.
That was Jay playing that. I don't know where that came from.
Jay tried to out the kid. I
didn't out nobody.
It is. Let me hold up.
That was really cute.
Make sure
actually.
she's sleeping over there. So I'm not going to say which kid it was. So you know what?
What's that?
I'm glad we started talking about this first. But the second topic we got to discuss, Whitey and Kayla. How about my Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, how about
Putting
that?
A smackdown on them Raiders.
Oh, you claiming that W? I know you ain't claiming
that's
that
when
win.
you throw back. That's
He was waiting for this week to come back.
That victory is like you catch a fish. Like under the limit, you got to throw that one back.
Yeah,
Drake.
that's too small.
No, man. No, when you've been dry for about 4 or 5 hours out there fishing and didn't catch anything, you take what you can get.
Taking the minnows,
The minnows,
That was a get right win, sort of like that Niners week win yesterday. That was terrible.
Oh, come on.
I mean, come on, man. The Titans may be the worst coached team in the history of football. It's 3rd and 13, and your defense is playing back. Don't you bring the blitz? Don't you do, it was ridiculous watching that game.
And I don't even know if they can fire, because he's the interim, Kyle. So they've already fired the head coach.
Right.
The interim can't coach. So it's like they're down to just the players coaching themselves, I guess.
Yeah. I one thing we can all agree on, the Cowboys ain't going to the playoffs.
Nope.
So, how about that? That's
Love
great
it.
news.
Love
we
it.
ain't got to worry about the Cowboys.
And Jay was almost literally doing backflips over the fact that the Chiefs are done.
How about that? It's a new day out there, man. The Patriots are in. The Chiefs are out. This is the Colts. Philip Old Man Rivers getting it done. How about y'all had to like that as well?
Incredible.
Ain't nobody talking about that poor performance by Joe Burrow yet again, huh?
Ooh, got blanked.
Just triple checking.
He built it for next year. They already eliminated. They build it for next year.
What's this? Year 7 coming up?
Did you see, Jay, that they had snow there and they didn't clean the seats off for the fans?
I did. Man, the
and
Bengals,
it's a league rule that you have to do that.
You're talking about a bad organization.
Yeah.
The Bills wouldn't have that.
No,
sir.
No.
Yeah, the fans will come and do it for them.
Yeah, they will.
The Bills.
Yeah. Oh, we've got.
Hey, how much time do I got? How much time do I have?
As much as you need.
You see, I'm stalling because I don't want to talk about that game yesterday. I'll tell you that. I'm beating around the bush right here.
Another golf story, maybe?
Well, let me ask you this, and I know that you don't want to talk about, any players, this guy, that guy, but the unofficial start of the trade season is today. Do you have a guess that you think something will happen soon? Maybe not much. Scott Perry, and thank you for mentioning the interview we did with him on the telecast. Scott Perry said, just because it's the 15th, that doesn't mean anything's going to happen. Do you expect the Kings to be active and at least trying to get something done?
Yeah, but I don't know the timetable for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
It could be now. It could be January. It could be right before the deadline, February. We got 56 games left to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard right now, man. It's a tough watch right now. Russ is putting up numbers, DeMar getting his numbers, but at the end of the day, the team isn't winning right now. And so as a competitor, it's tough, I would imagine. And so, but here's the thing. The league knows Sacramento is desperate to make a move too. So you don't want to go into it and, just make a move for the sake of moving and don't make a desperate kind of move or anything like that. So you got to be prudent and patient, to quote Scott Perry, if you will. So, if I had to guess, something will get done before the deadline, but I'm not sure if it's sooner rather than later.
Drapes, before you hit the Drapes Take button, don't want to talk about the whole low-hanging fruit of De'Aaron Fox in that interview, but just as far as what's your take on some of these fans or people in the kingdom who, are falling head over heels that the Spurs and the Knicks are both playing in the Cup championship?
I mean, let's call it what it is. We knew they would be, right? We knew the Spurs were going to be good. We knew the Knicks were going to be good. And so, it hurts, man. It's sort of like seeing Luka Doncic.
Do we lose Drapes?
That's a phone call.
Yeah.
You pretty much tell he's probably on his phone. So yeah, that's a phone call. Somebody's probably asking him, dude, where you at? Why you ain't come hit the course with me?
Uh-huh.
But I don't know. For me, it's just low-hanging fruit that the Knicks and the Spurs are there and everybody here in Sacramento, not everybody, I should say, a percentage of people are up in arms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. By the way, did you see that over the weekend, I think it was 23-12, Marvin Bagley had a big game.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
That was a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone keeps count, though, on just a lot of players that played here that are now having success.
Yeah.
Other
That's
places.
what we do, Kayla.
I know. I
That's what we
see
do.
it. I see it a lot on the social media platforms.
Yeah.
Like literally, as Drapes is coming back in, Marvin Bagley could have one game out of all 82, and everybody here in Sacramento. See what I'm saying?
Well, you're right, because I checked.
You're 15 in, and now all of a sudden he's at a double-double, and we shouldn't trade him.
You're right, because I checked his game logs, and he really hadn't had a very good year, but he had one
good game,
and Kyle Draper is back. Yes. Hello, Drapes.
Good. You guys got me okay?
Yeah, we got
Yes.
you. We got you.
All right. I'm going to go on record and saying Bonneville, Sactown, Sports Lab, we got to come up with a better system. I'm on my home Wi-Fi. It's not the 3G over here, big fella. I'm at home on the strong. My signal is strong right here.
What we got to do with you?
How that happened, man. That's a sports thing, big fella. We got to level up.
What do we have to do with your connection over there on the golf course, man?
Technical. I'm at home. Like, this is the most secure. This is like Fort Knox or something. Like,
you ain't changed no VPNs over there, man.
Where were we?
Well, we're ready. Are you?
You asked me about De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. No, I didn't ask you about De'Aaron. I said about the thoughts of the Knicks and the Spurs making it the Emirates Cup championship and how some of the fans in the kingdom are, they're head over heels. That I
gnashing
told
their
you.
teeth and pulling their hair out.
They are.
I mean, it hurts. Let's be honest. I read that Anscape story from our boy Mark Spears, and I could just see De'Aaron Fox smiling from ear to ear, like the Cheshire Cat, if you will. Like he's happy. Mike Brown seems to be happy as well, and good for them. But damn, it hurts seeing those guys succeed. We knew they would, go into more ready to win situations with San Antonio and Wemby and their young talent, and then New York coming off the Eastern Conference Finals. But it's just a reminder, sort of like when Luka goes off those first few years after we didn't pick him. It was like, damn, we could have. I heard you guys talking about Marvin Bagley. He has one good game. It's, oh, man, we could have had, even Harrison Barnes goes off. And so it's just par for the course for us right now, man. We need to turn the tide, man, and start getting some positive energy coming from this franchise right now.
Yeah, I know it might take a while, Drapes. We'll see. But I know when the Beam team was dominating and went to the playoffs, all that Luka stuff and all the past stuff, Bagley, it didn't matter. Fans didn't care. So I know it's a long putt from here to get back to where you're winning. But if this team is winning, fans just feel like, it's all right. We got to where we wanted to be. So it's going to be tough sled until then. But once that happens, I think everything's going to feel a lot better around here.
No, it's like when your girlfriend or boyfriend levels up. You know what I mean? You busting your butt, you working hard. You making X amount of dollars a day, and then all of a sudden she goes out there and marries an athlete or a CEO or somebody. It hurts, man. But all you can do, man, as a Kings fan and the organization, is worry about yourself, man. What's in the past, especially because this is a new regime. This isn't Scott Perry that made these moves. You know what I mean? It isn't BJ Armstrong that made these moves. And so, you got to try to look forward. But it's tough, man. I want Darren to do well. I want Mike Brown's my guy. I want him to do well. But it's like, damn. Like, here's the thing about De'Aaron Fox. And I understand it got to be a point where he wanted out. And he said it in the article. I think people forgot how good he was, and is. And he's perfect for San Antonio, and he's looking great. But with that being said, roll the music, Jay. Roll the music, big fella. I got to
calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it.
Got to get that upload speed up.
Yeah. So let me start off. We got 56 games left. Not that I'm counting, Kings fans. And what I'm seeing with our team is, we're competing, we're playing, but it's not enough. It's just not enough right now. I thought Russ played hard. DeMar played hard. I thought the guys played hard last night, against Minnesota, but it still wasn't enough. And so, I think what you're seeing now is maybe it's more than just effort and energy. It's about making winning basketball plays. And Whitey, I know you do this, big fella. I know you got the box score, but what we see from the Sacramento Kings has nothing to do with the box score, because it's all about winning basketball plays. Do you get that rebound when you need it? Do you not turn it over in the clutch when you need it? Do you make the extra pass? These are some of the things we can't find out in the box score, and that's what's happening with the Kings right now. Look at how many offensive rebounds that Minnesota got yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the offensive rebound, getting the rebound is a winning basketball play. You can play great defense for 23 seconds, but if you don't secure the basketball, you're not making a winning basketball play. And so for me, it's not about they didn't hit shots. The defense wasn't. You got to make winning basketball plays when it's time, and we're struggling doing that right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, they're playing without Domantas Sabonis. They're not a great team anyway, and then Levine went out, so we got to keep that in mind too. They're playing without Domantas Sabonis right now.
Yeah, they're playing without Domas, and you're talking about an all-star caliber big man and all-NBA kind of center. Then you lose Zach LaVine out there, and this team just doesn't have any margin for error right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go back to what I said, I think it was last week or we've really never seen the Kings fully whole this season. Like, it never was what, Scott Perry, Doug, and those guys envisioned in terms of the roster and the unit. Keegan Murray gets hurt to start the season. He comes back, then Domas gets hurt. Zach's hurt. Guys have been in and out. I do want to say, we didn't see Keon Ellis last night, and I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't know. But I find it surprising, no Keon and no Devin Carter. And, what I think is what we're seeing maybe, and this is just me talking, is we're coaching based on the opponent, like depending on the matchups.
Mm-hmm.
Certain nights, these guys, fit better against this team versus that team. And like Nick Clifford only getting 13 minutes,
Right.
And so it's hard for some guys to get into a rhythm, I would imagine. DeMar playing 39 minutes, Keegan playing 40 minutes. And so I just think Doug's still trying to search a little bit, but I think a lot of it has to do with the matchups. One of the bright spots, I think, the front court of Precious Achiuwa and Max Ray.
Oh, look, guess what happened, Jay? We lost some audio.
Now see what I'm saying? They talking about us.
This
I'm
internet.
gonna just leave that music up because I know it's gonna
I don't know
bounce
whose
back.
internet it is.
Nope, he's gone. We lost
Tell
him.
you, man. See what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Leaves Bonneville. All of a sudden, that paper ain't flowing.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Man, what's up, man?
Is he back? He's back.
You know
There
what's
he
so
is.
crazy?
So come on, man.
I can still see you guys. I can see you guys. I can hear you guys. I think it's on your end, Jay. Hey,
we got a mystery.
You know what it is? Jay using that old dial-up. You know where it goes. When you plug it in.
AOL.
That's what
That AOL.
Yeah.
Take your phone out, put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Precious has been great. Wouldn't you guys say that?
He's been,
he's been really good.
Literally been excellent. Probably the biggest surprise of the year so far.
Yeah, I think so. And so I'd like to see him and Max Reynaud a little more in their front court. Now especially Drew Eubanks is hurt. Domas still banged up. It's just tough right now, man. I keep saying it. 56 games left to go. And I know, it's frustrating for pretty much everybody involved. Like, nobody wants it to go like this. Nobody wants to lose. 6-20, what are we, tied for the third worst record in the league? Nobody, especially me, thought we'd be here, man. But, I got to give a shout out to Doug, man, because as much of a competitor as he is, I know it's driving him crazy, man. And I haven't talked to him or anything like that, but, I feel for the guy because, he probably wants it more than anybody else in the city, and it's just not happening right now. That's all I got, man. I don't even need to look at the box score, Whitey and Jay. The box score, it doesn't matter what the box score says right now.
Drapes, I have a question for you. Speaking of the young guys, because you mentioned Max Reynaud. I know people maybe a little bit frustrated with Nick Clifford's numbers not being there the past couple of games, but put it in perspective when you are on the floor, if you're Nick Clifford, with some of these veterans. He's not really getting a ton of opportunities to showcase himself. I feel like we can't jump to conclusions quite yet on who Nick Clifford is.
No, not at all. I mean, and that's one of the things, issues we've had in the past. We get a rookie a la Davion Mitchell, and, we pigeonhole him and, this is who he is. And then he goes somewhere else and blows up. I think with Nick, he's such a good kid. He's so respectful of what the coaches and the organization wants. And we got some big personalities in terms of guys who have accomplished a lot in this league, whether it be DeMar, whether it be Russ or Zach. It's hard to walk in and be like, you know what, I'm the first, I'm a first round pick. I'm going to do my thing. It's hard to walk in like that. I remember talking to somebody from the Orlando Magic about Paolo Banchero. And now, mind you, Paolo was the number one pick. But when you look at that organization that he walked into, he didn't have the level of veterans that we have. So when he walked into Orlando, he had his chest out, his head held high. He said, you know what? I'm the future of this franchise. I'm the franchise guy. And he acted like that. That's hard to do, man.
Yeah.
When you got a Russ, a DeMar, a Zach, a Domas, you got so many guys that have accomplished things. And, when I look at Nick, let's not forget, we're only 24 games into his rookie, 26 games, into his rookie year. There's plenty of time, to see his development. So I don't want to put any kind of labels on him or people, to jump off his bandwagon yet. We haven't seen the full Nick Clifford repertoire yet.
I got a question for you. I know you said a few moments ago, you said, Whitey, you always look at the box score. Then you said the things that I'm talking about are not in the box score. And you said you got to make winning plays. Then you went to offensive rebounds to say, look at how many offensive rebounds Minnesota had, 15-4. How did you know that if you don't look at the box score? Are you like Rain Man or something where you can watch the game and know that guy had 4 blocks? Or how did you know the offensive rebound numbers?
Well, I do a half-hour post-game show after every game, right? And I do watch the games. I just know that. I just know that.
Yeah.
But you can look at offensive rebounds, and to me, it's about timely rebounding.
No, I got you. I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, Whitey?
Yeah.
You can shoot 40% and still win a basketball game. Yeah. And so I just feel like the numbers now aren't the most important thing for this Kings team. It's, as you always, I always say, the eye test. Are you making the right plays at the right time? I was listening to your boy Kyle Shanahan on the pregame show yesterday.
The gospel. Listening to the gospel.
Yeah, but he was talking about Ricky Pearsall. Yeah. He was asked about Ricky Pearsall, and he says, when I evaluate a player, I don't look at the numbers. You know, there's a number of different factors, you know, why Ricky Pearsall didn't have a whole lot of targets the last 3 weeks. He looks at, did he run the right route? Was he in his right position? That kind of thing. And so when I'm looking at the Kings, to me, it's not, oh, did they knock down their three-point shot? It's, did they have the correct spacing out there? Did they block out when they needed to be? Did they make the extra pass? And that's what we're struggling right now. We're putting up some numbers. We just aren't making the plays that actually matter and make a difference at the appropriate time.
Did he just compare himself to Kyle Shanahan, Jay? Did he kind of go there?
Okay.
Well, yeah, a pinch, man. You know, that's what happens, man, when you're in the church of Shanahan.
Yeah.
It rubs off on you. Even if you are on a two-way pager.
He's not all bad. I mean, he's not all bad. You know,
yeah, man. What's up with
even
your
though
two-way
Robert
pager?
Saleh is keeping that team together, but he's not all bad.
Hey, y'all, have you? I've been downtrodden by the squad, man, and I give you and everybody else in the kingdom so much love to continue to, watch the game and every single day, even though it is your job. So I'll move from that topic. Have you got your Christmas shopping done yet, man? I know you were on the verge the last couple of weeks.
I'm actually pretty good.
Oh, boy.
I think I might be done. I might be done. But you know what? I like going out Christmas Eve 2 days before Christmas.
The pressure.
Yeah. So the kids, they gave me their list. It's funny, man. I don't know if it's like this in your household, Jay, or Whitey growing up, or anybody listening. My son Nick, he has 6 things on his list. 16-year-old boy.
Yep.
My 13-year-old girl Quinn got
50,
2,000
right?
things on her list.
I just.
Seriously, dude. Nick's is simple. Oh, some basketball cards or jersey. You know one thing Quinn asked for? She's over there right now. She's going to be mad at me. And I may get it for her. She wants a refrigerator for her room, Whitey. She's like, get it, big fella. She wants a mini.
The mini fridge?
Yeah, that's very reasonable.
I get it.
Of course you got to give Quinn that fridge,
reasonable.
man.
Yeah.
How does she not have one already?
Right. What are you talking about?
They're like, how come you don't have one already? You should already have one.
See, Drapes, what you're looking at is, and I just went through this last year or 2 years ago, so you're right on par. This was the dream that I was told. It's not about the drinks or the food, Dad. It's about the makeup and things that have to go into the refrigerator
so
and the bathroom and all that. So yeah, man, you're crossing the bridge that I just was there.
Well, the problem, Jay, too, is, Quinn's like, I want to put some snacks and drinks. I'm like, if I come back and see that fridge in 2 months, it'll be mold in there, bugs in there. I can't
have
trust
ants.
her.
I'm with you, man.
That will not be under the tree. I can guarantee that. That will not be under the tree.
All right, Drapes. When are you? Let's see. You're back on TV Thursday, right? We can see you again on Thursday?
Yeah. So you can see me Thursday, Friday, whatever, big fella. I'm around.
Yeah.
I got 3 days off in a row, man. So I'm excited.
Hopefully not on that dial-up over there.
Some AOL action.
1G.
Yeah.
Dude,
that 8-bit.
My signal looks strong. You better check that Bonneville Wi-Fi.
He on 8 bits over there, man.
All right, Drapes. Thank you. We'll talk to you
All right,
soon.
see y'all
Thanks,
next
Drapes.
time.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Number 1 Philadelphia Eagles / Taylor Swift. We didn't ask about Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
I should've.
Yeah.
He might have broke out in tears.
Yeah. We got Kayla's Q and K of the day when we come back to Sactown Sports.
Nice rhyming.
Next.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers!
Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Fidium Fiber.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Clouds will try to lift on Tuesday, but a weak weather system passing to the north may actually touch off a shower or two north of 80. Highs will be in the low 50s in the valley. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Smarter clean in half the time. Brought to you by Swiffer Power Mop. Tired of the mop and bucket struggle? The Swiffer Power Mop gives you a mop and bucket clean without all the extra work. It's an all-in-one cleaning tool that mops smarter, not harder. With built-in solution that breaks down dirt and grime, and a pad with over 300 scrubbing strips to absorb and lock sticky messes. It even gets into places a regular mop can't, and leaves your home smelling fresh for hours. Try the Swiffer Power Mop today. Love it or your money back. CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
This year, give them a gift that helps them make the shelf, not a gift that ends up collecting dust on one. During Lowe's December deal drops, get 2 free Select DeWalt tools when you buy a Select DeWalt 5 amp hour battery kit. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop December deal drops today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/17. While supplies last. Free shipping excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BOOST25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BOOST25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here. If you're in the market for a new car, let me tell you about my experience with Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the moment I walked into their state-of-the-art showroom, I knew I was making the right choice. There was no pressure from the sales staff, and if I'm being honest, I felt like a kid in a candy store. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV, and let me tell you why. First of all, the comfort. After a long day at work, I actually look forward to being in my car. It has several different massage settings, including my favorite, hot relaxing back. Plus, the seat heating and cooling features are perfect for the hot summer or those chilly mornings. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. They're just a short drive down I-5, or you can shop online anytime at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com, and tell them Drape sent you.
Guys, leave weight gain, low T, and ED in 2025. For a limited time, Revive Men's Health Sacramento is offering free full diagnostic panels, a $400 value. It checks testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. Plus, qualified patients get up to 25% off select treatments now through year end. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Emmadrock says in the chat, Precious has been a gem. That's pretty well played. Campy wants me to ask Draper if he's still playing Kirkland golf balls or did he switch to Srixon golf balls at Carmichael David?
Oh, that's what he's promoting.
Should have asked him. Yeah. Campy also points out Draper seems more relaxed since he left this high-pressure show.
Well, he just said he had 3 days off.
Yeah.
And he's done all his Christmas shopping.
You know, you've been here long enough. This show is a pressure cooker.
Oh,
pressure cooker.
I'm bursting at the seams.
Yeah. Just the intensity.
Yeah.
demands to perform. You got Jay back there, producer.
Yeah, just with the whip.
Coming in, cracking the whip. Literally. Yeah.
But I guess like Draper was doing how many jobs? Like
7. I don't know, whatever.
7
it was.
or 8.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess the pressure cooker.
Now I think he's a little bit like, now I don't have anything to do.
I mean, he drove out to play golf. Unfortunately, he was even on a roll. He had to come back and get his kid.
It happens.
It happens, huh?
Before we get to Kayla's Q and K of the day, I just wanted to point out I wore this today. This is for those of you watching on YouTube, Sports 1140 KCK throwback T-shirt that I found.
And what did I first ask you? Is that from the 80s?
The logo might be.
It does look like from the 80s.
Shirt's from the late 90s or early 2000s, I think, but I think this logo goes way back.
Yeah, because it looks like an 80s type of logo, you know, which I like.
Just call them old?
Yeah, and that's why I realized I shouldn't have said that.
I don't even notice anymore.
Benjamin Franklin, I forgot. You grew up with him.
Yeah. Didn't this station used to be KRAK? Was that this station?
Ooh, I don't know.
Like a country station, and then when they got the Kings, they changed to KHTK, which, it was Hot Talk. But people pointed out HTK also stands for Home of the Kings.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, which was kind
really
of an
cool.
accident. So,
yeah, KHTK.
Anyway, yeah, throwback shirt. But that brings us to something much more
Q
important.
and K.
Kayla's Q and K of the day.
Ooh, I'm interested to see what music I get today. You know, that's I'm always looking forward to if I can name that tune behind the question. Yeah, and I'm mostly focusing right now on Kings questions. They're not always going to be associated with the Kings. Some might be just with the NBA or the NFL. But with the trade situation that we're going to be talking about over the next couple of months and it opening up today, I thought I'd ask a question. And again, can be your opinion. Doesn't have to be a correct answer. Just what you're feeling when it comes to this. So my question is, which Kings player has done the best job at boosting their trade stock? And you can pick anybody you want. Who has just had put the if they were gonna be a player they wanted to get the heck out of Dodge, what player has done the best job at selling themselves to another team?
But even if that's not their motivation, right?
Right, exactly.
Who's increased their value?
It doesn't matter. That's the question today for all of you. You can get in the YouTube chat. You can call. You can text.
Yeah, text us. Call us 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140.
Clarification real fast.
Yep.
It's, one more time, what player has done the best personally
just
to amplify their value?
Just by the way they've played, what they've added to the team.
Increased their
in a crazy season where everybody seems to have their own issues. But who's done the best job at being like, I'm a player who could help your team somewhere else?
Do you want me to go first? Or
Yeah.
you want to go first? Okay.
Go for it.
There's one that's probably pretty obvious. I'll try to avoid that. Maybe I'm wrong. But we were just talking about him. Precious Achua. And I don't even know if he's a guy that the Kings would want to trade.
No, but that's the answers I'm looking for.
He was kind of a fringe guy with the Heat, fringe guy with the Knicks. The Heat bring him in right before the season starts. Like, he doesn't fit. Kings we need a big who pick him up. And he's been very good.
Yeah, yes.
Because here he's not like a fringe guy. He's like, all right, you're going to get a chance to show what you can do. Man, like take last night, for example. I hope Kyle won't mind me looking at the box score. But he was 7 for 7 last night with 6 rebounds, 17 points.
I think he was the only guy with I know we were talking about plus minuses don't mean the world, but he was only one of the only players in the plus?
He was not in the plus. The only guy in the plus was Zach, actually.
Oh, so he was.
But he was
okay.
-3, which is not bad when you
which
lose
is one
by
of the
14.
better numbers.
Yeah. So I'd say Precious Achua.
Yeah. I think he's made the most of his opportunities, too. I mean, you're talking about a guy that was on the street and as a free agent, and no one wanted him.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, I'll go play for the Kings. They might not be the best team, but I'm going to do my best to elevate my stock.
And he plays with attitude.
He does.
He plays with an edge at both ends of the floor.
Jay, what do you got?
I'd go Russ.
Okay.
I think Russ came into this summer if nobody wanted him, right? Like he wasn't even in the NBA for a while. And that
That's
sounds
what
crazy.
says he's with
yeah,
you.
like Russ, to me, has shown and proven that he still has a few more years left in the tank, and that the NBA, for whatever reason, that no one wanted to sign him, is what we were told, didn't have a lot of options. I think he's showcased that he can come off the bench and still be a firecracker for the proper team. And we know he's not a malcontent. He's a veteran. I think he's shown and proven throughout the season that he still has a couple more years left in the association.
Yeah, and I don't disagree with that either. I think Russ is a great answer. Just the professionalism that he has, too.
That's the one I thought would be the number one answer.
And I still think it could be. I'm going to go with another one that could be an obvious, but I do feel like DeMar DeRozan, for all it's worth, in this type of situation that he's been in, and I'm not saying he's, he hasn't done everything great, but I think for the most part, he's been a professional. He's kept his mouth shut. He hasn't said anything that stirs, the pot. He's actually been better defensively if you really look at some of the effort that he's given. And so I think he's been consistent. When you look at the players, he's been somewhat consistent in terms of all the players. And you know who DeMar is.
Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan is DeMar DeRozan. So I think he's done a great job amongst what has been a little bit of chaos.
You know what a metronome is?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna play
it's
piano,
like
it keeps the beat. Yeah, that's what he is.
That's a great way to. Yeah.
He's gonna do what he does, and he's gonna do it every freaking night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's also. I didn't realize until he got here what a good passer he is, and I know that there are times when he's at the elbow and he gets the ball, and he's definitely looking. I'm going to get my midi off.
Sure.
But he is not averse if he didn't get that shot. He is a willing passer and a pretty good passer. He had 3 assists last night. He's had some pretty big assist nights here. That's a part of his game that I didn't realize was there.
Can I add one more thing to why I like what he's done for himself, at least for his stock, is you can throw him out there if you've watched him with different units. Like when he plays with the younger guys, it's actually it works pretty well. Like I think he's been good with some of the younger guys too. So that's always a good thing too. It doesn't hurt that hey, you can get out there with some of these young guys and help them as well.
Yeah, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Kayla's Q&K of the day. Which King, as the trade season begins, has done the most, whether he meant to or not, to improve his trade value? We'll come back with that and more and wrap things up here and get you ready for Monday Night Football. Drive Guys, Sactown Sports.
Take nothing less than the supreme thunder. Feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
I don't know about you, but I think it's been really cold out lately. I don't mean to go all Tim Kirkjian on you, but it's been very, 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 very foggy and very cold. And the thing is, that's, I guess, a good reminder that it's a good time to make sure your heater and furnace are ready to go, tuned up, ready to go for the winter. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating, they're going to make sure you're ready right now at leesair.com. Check out this offer, $100 off any AC heating or plumbing repair. It's not just about keeping that home of yours comfy. It's about making sure your system functions efficiently. We got a new HVAC system from Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating last winter. Our system works great, saves us money. Now, I'm assuming you want a company you can trust. Company with 40 years of experience, a company that's going to treat you right. You want Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. Same day, next day appointments, they're available. And Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating are your go-to experts for all things related to heating, ventilation, AC, and plumbing. When the weather outside is very, very cold and chilly, you want to stay warm. You don't want to burn money to do it, am I right? Make sure your home is comfy and energy efficient all year long with Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. License number 635-355.
Stay cozy, stay home, and still save big online during Lowe's December deal drops. Right now, get 2 free select tools from DeWalt, Craftsman, or Cobalt when you buy a select battery or combo kit. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop new December deal drops on Lowe's.com every week. Lowe's, we help, you save. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska or Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your priceless vinyl collection. Sure, you sleep on a futon because the money most people would have spent on a bed you spent on more records. But forget the fact that you can stream just about any song ever created for a few dollars a month. No, you need to listen to music in the most difficult way possible. So go ahead and get Progressive so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Amateur players will be pleased to know that the USGA doesn't object to a friendly bet with your weekend foursome. Friendly bets include soft drinks after the round, hot dogs at the turn, or even a $2 Nassau, one of the most widely used bets in golf. It takes its name from the Nassau County Country Club of Glen Cove, Long Island, one of the many clubs frequented by the well-to-do in the late 19th century. As the story goes, matches between these clubs were often reported in the local newspapers, sometimes to the embarrassment of wealthy industrialists coming out the loser. The Nassau captain, J.B. Coles Tappan, then devised a format where the worst possible result could not be reported as anything more than a 3-0 defeat. In a Nassau, 3 equal wagers are placed on the first 9, the second 9, and 18-hole total. A $2 Nassau is sometimes referred to as a 2-2-2 bet. Some play better with a bet to keep their attention. Others are nervous at the thought of losing. Whatever your choice, golf is a game. Have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
The holidays can be a time of increased stress for those struggling with opioid or stimulant addiction. They can also be a time for pause, reflection, opportunity, and new beginnings. This holiday season, choose treatment and recovery. Embrace the company of family and friends and create special moments. Find a proven opioid or stimulant addiction treatment provider near you at choosechangeca.org.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What will a Maverick do? 'Cause you're a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team, Sactown Sports.
Sorry, but this is our last segment before we take you to coverage of Monday Night Football. 2 classics from the 70s, right? 2 big brands, although they've kind of fallen on harder times. Steelers and Dolphins.
I know. And the Dolphins looked to have so much promise under Mike McDaniel, excuse me. There's so many M's mix in the league. And then he kind of fell off a little, but now they've had a little bit of a boost. But guess what? Tua Tagovailoa does not play well in cold weather. I think I just saw the stat on TV that they have had 11 Tua and company, 11 straight losses in weather that was like below 20 degrees.
Well, turn all that around tonight. That just reminds me of that game they played against the Chiefs, that playoff game that was on Peacock, where Mahomes' helmet split. Remember that because it was so cold?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. That was wild.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Monday Night Football tonight. Now, if you were ownership there with the Dolphins, what do? Do you look at how terribly the season started and say, yeah, we need a new quarterback-coach combination? Or do you buy into, hey, turn that thing around. Coach McDaniel, turn that thing around. Here we go.
I feel like in the league now, it is so hard to find a coach, right? And you're always, I think right now, looking more for an offensive guy. That's the popular thing. That's the fad now, is what new up-and-coming offensive-minded coach can we get? They're not growing on trees in terms of coaches out there. And so it's easier said than done to be like, well, he's just not getting the job done. Who else are you going to go get?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's teams right now that don't have coaches that maybe have to go back to the, guys that are sitting on their couches right now because there's just not a lot of them out there. Like quarterbacks, not a lot of proven coaches out there right now.
Earlier this year, there was speculation that Mike McDaniel might have been let go before midseason, in which case the 49ers would have been able to perhaps scoop him up, and make him a consultant to the run game of some kind.
I'm sure, which they would have loved to add. Because he is talented. Like he has a very offensive-minded brain. Now, whether or not he truly is a good head coach, I don't know if we are convinced of that at this point. But they've had some good times. They've had some ups. They've also had some real downers.
Speaking of new coaches, Jay Alonzo Carter, new coach, Sac State. What do you got?
Yeah, congrats to Coach Carter.
Yeah.
A Northern California staple for a long time. I think he's a heck of a recruiter. Well, I know he's a heck of a recruiter. If you look at his history, he won Recruiter of the Year.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
That was 2019, I think?
2019. He is tied into Northern California, Oakland, of course. And the one thing about him is he has the mysterious part of, I think we're trying to figure out, can he run a program? And for me, I like that. I know a lot of it's interesting because you're like, no, I want someone that has shown me they can do it. Mm-hmm. But he's been around college for so long that I think it's kind of like, okay, here's your turn. It is now your show to run. And so I kind of like the mystery part of that. I know that makes some people uneasy, but I like what he's bringing to the table. We'll see how it goes.
Now, as you said, he's a NorCal guy.
Yep.
He went to Cal State East Bay, but back when it was Cal State Hayward.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize this. Kayla was telling me his claim
this
to
is
fame
my
there.
favorite part.
About Hammer?
Yeah.
Yeah, dancer.
He was a backup dancer and choreographer for MC Hammer.
Yeah, so there's a video of it. Did you see the video?
No.
Like there's a
I just
short
heard that he won a
5-minute
contest or something at college.
So he is in a fraternity.
Yeah.
And he and his friends were, and I don't know if you guys have ever been to step shows.
Yeah, I have.
So a step show is a competition where fraternities and sororities, which is a group of people and groups, and they compete against each other in steps, right? And so, like, I guess a dance competition to make it easier for people to understand.
Yeah.
And he saw Hammer looking for backup dancers and had a competition, and he was like, you know what, man, we're going to go over there and rock it. And him and his crew, his team, they went over there, and the rest is history. And so, he has been one of those guys. I'm pretty sure you've seen him a few times, Whitey, on social network because people have posted him dancing at practice and how he entrenches some of the dance moves into, some of the drills that he has on the field. So it's super interesting.
That's awesome. Me being a dancer my whole life, and the first profession when I was little that I wanted to do is choreography. I wanted to be a choreographer. And so I just love like anyone who has a dancing bone in their body or can like do the choreography thing because it's one of my hidden things that I don't talk about, but I love it.
You got moves, Kayla?
Yeah, I did. I was a captain for 3 years. I've danced since I was 3 years old.
Wow.
And I gave it up obviously to, do the college thing and pursue my other career in journalism. But yeah, I loved to dance. That was like my favorite thing.
So is it the choreographer thing? Is that even more impressive than being a backup
it's
dancer
so
for Alonzo
hard
Carter?
to do, like be a like Jay, like music videos and stuff. And choreographers are few and far between. Like that's one of the more hard professions because you just have to be extremely talented and probably know the exact right people. But I loved putting moves together and choreographing like the dance shows that we had. It was so fun.
Mm-hmm. You ever win one? Like Alonzo, Coach Carter?
So we would go to state every year in Washington. Spokane, we would go over to Seattle for state. And yeah, one year, my Michael Jackson routine that I choreographed for our competition, we took like second, which is great because it's it was a collab of MJ. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so different ones. And we'd have like the costumes, like the themed costume, like the glove and stuff. Like, like sparkles and stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'll bring my dance photos sometime to show you guys.
Little sequins on the back.
Yes, sequins for sure,
What was the name of your crew?
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, I had a brain fart real quick.
Yes.
West Valley dance team. Like that was our dance team. West Valley dance team.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Nothing. Not the Eagles were our high school mascot.
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh,
Gotcha.
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about the high school, but man, goodness, the bird choice.
Yeah.
Ooh, my
Yeah.
goodness.
I know. Sorry. We were orange and black though.
Okay.
If that means anything.
Well, that's giant colors.
Yeah.
That ain't going to fly. I'll tell you.
But listen,
Ain't going to get you very
we're
far.
all positive. But no, if you haven't, he's been a running back coach at San Jose State, heck of a recruiter, Arizona State. He's been a bunch of places, Northern California. He's locked and loaded, and highly respected too. Very, very, very respected throughout the college football game.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we can have him on sometime.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. And this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for being with us. We're back with you.
Story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.